Welcome to November 3rd, 2024, a day I'm calling the Great Reckoning. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate. I specialize in traditional, Western, and evolutionary astrology. I'm excited to share this astrological transit forecast with you. Please like and subscribe and share as it helps the channel to grow. If you are new here, welcome. You can learn more about my offerings at willowgracemystic.com. For those of you who've been following me, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. So on November 3rd, 2024, the cosmic landscape, it's going to present this powerful mix of astrological transits that are all leading to what I'm describing as a great reckoning. It's going to be this moment that it's marked by significant planetary aspects that urge us to confront any unresolved issues, our past actions, these deep-rooted challenges. We're going to have Venus opposing Jupiter, and we have Mars opposing Pluto at the critical degree. And these celestial forces, they're demanding this careful examination of our lives, of our actions, of our motivations. First, we have Venus in Sagittarius and Jupiter in Gemini, both at 20 degrees. This opposition between these two with Venus and Jupiter, it represents a clash of desires and our beliefs. It brings tension for what we believe in with our values, Venus, and what we are aspiring to be, Jupiter. Venus in Sagittarius, it seeks freedom. It wants liberation. It's about adventure and truth in relationships and values. While Jupiter in Gemini, it's curious, it's diverse. In all of its pursuits, it wants to expand our mind. Now, this opposition is at 20 degrees. It can amplify our feelings to excess, and it can create these conflicts between our ideals and our reality. This aspect, it's really encouraging you to step back and to assess whether your relationships, your pursuits, your goals, do they truly align with your values and your moral compass? This can also bring this urge to indulge or overextend yourself. So it's essentially to exercise caution at this time in matters of your finances and love. This tension, it can manifest in relationships where you have these differing perspectives that can create misunderstandings or conflicts. Use this time to embrace or balance and seek this middle ground. The second is we have Mars opposing Pluto at the critical degree of 29 degrees. So Mars is in Cancer and Pluto is in Capricorn. Now, the Mars-Pluto opposition, this brings intense energy because both of these planets are at the final critical degrees of their respective signs. We have Mars at 29 degrees of Cancer, and it's representing this emotional drive, this passion about these protective instincts. While Pluto is at 29 degrees of Capricorn, it's symbolizing this culmination of deep transformation and the breaking down of these outdated structures. Together, they create this battle of wills, this bringing of deep unconscious forces to the surface. This aspect, it may prompt you for confrontations, power struggles, even a need to defend what really truly feels most personal or vulnerable to you. This is a time when you have any suppressed anger or resentment or unresolved issues, they're now going to come to the light. They're going to push for this transformation or a decisive action. This opposition, it's truly asking you to release the control over what no longer serves you. It's about embracing the change, even if it feels difficult, even if it feels uncomfortable. For some, this can represent the great reckoning with your past actions or your decisions that now require you to have accountability and a resolution. Now, we have Mars in Leo shortly after. It's bringing this creative energy covering the same terrain of where it will eventually station retrograde. Shortly after this opposition, like this day is all of this energy manifesting into one. And then shortly, Mars is going to then move into Leo. Now, the shift is going to focus on your emotional defense to a creative expression, courage, self-confidence. Mars in Leo later in the day is going to bring this dynamic energy that's going to encourage you to pursue your passions, take these risks, step into the spotlight. The change from Cancer to Leo, it's this release from intense emotional energy of the Mars-Pluto opposition, providing this opportunity or this to channel the tension into something that can be constructive. Now, the Mars stationing retrograde in December, this is about the progress that you're making right now is going to need to be revisited. So know that all of this is going to happen. You're going to be moving forward, and then you're going to rethink, review, reevaluate. Mars retrograde is going to challenge you to reflect on your actions, your motivations, that how do you assert yourself? This is going to be a time for the internal work and the reassessment rather than pushing ahead forcefully. All of this happening on this day. You'll feel the energy leading up to it, and then it will slowly wane afterwards. The energy of November 3rd can be heavy. It can be very transformative. The Venus-Jupiter opposition, it can stir up these conflicts around your beliefs, your values, your relationships. While the Mars and Pluto opposition, it can bring about hidden tensions to the surface. This is about leading an opportunity to lead to the potential of conflicts in order to have a breakthrough. It's crucial to approach this time with mindfulness. These impulses can now run high. The reactivity can lead to unintended consequences. Instead of being swept away with conflicts or drama, use this transit for a positive transformation. Consider what needs to be released, what no longer is sustainable for you. How can you move forward with what is truly aligning with your values? With Mars entering into Leo, embrace the creative potential and tap into the courage that's going to be needed in order to navigate these challenges. The November 3rd energy is about a culmination, and it's a day of reckoning to force you to transform. The planetary alignments are encouraging you to truly step back to assess your past actions and your current paths. The Venus opposing Jupiter transit, it's demanding balance between what are your ideals and what is your reality. The Mars opposite Pluto is pushing for deep necessary change. The entrance of Mars moving into Leo is signaling this shift towards your creative expression that's offering you a way forward amidst all of this energy, this intensity. Use this time for self-reflection, releasing what no longer serves you, setting the stage for meaningful growth as the year is going to progress. So offerings this month. Join my Patreon community for exclusive astrology content. As a member, you're going to gain access to ad-free videos, early forecasts, monthly live tarot and astrology Zoom sessions. It's the perfect space to dive deeper into the celestial currents that are guiding your life. Go to the link below in the description and explore all the membership tiers, benefits, and offerings. I also have a special offering for Scorpios. Celebrate your birthday with a personalized solar return reading at a special rate. Use the code Scorpio10 at checkout to enjoy this limited time discount. Schedule your appointment today and discover what the universe has in store for you for your year ahead. Additionally, I'm offering live astrology consultations every other Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Reserve your spot and get in the queue because spaces fill up fast. Be sure to sign up using the link below. I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you, helping you to navigate your unique journey. So let's dive in. So for Aries, Sun, and Rising, this transit is important because it involves you and your chart ruler. So I want to start off with Jupiter. We have Jupiter at 20 degrees in your third house, and we have Venus at 20 degrees in your ninth house. So the third house represents all types of communication for you. It's neighbors, siblings, cousins. It's about local travel. It's about how you talk and communicate, make friends, and navigate the world. Now, Venus in your ninth house is bringing about your mental processes. It's the ninth house represents you connected with other people through foreign travel, higher education, your thoughts, your ideas, your beliefs. This opposition between these two houses, it encompasses higher learning, philosophy, your belief systems, all types of short distance and long distance travel, and the opposition that you could possibly be feeling. This period is going to highlight this conflict between your everyday thinking and your broader belief systems. You might feel the need to reconcile between your immediate environment and your aspirations for like higher understanding or your long-term goals. The ninth house revolves around topics of not just your philosophies and your beliefs, but it's foreign people, places, things, travel, it's legal matters, it's publishing. And the third house represents all topics that are immediate to you right here. Now, this Venus-Jupiter opposition, it can lead to disagreements with others that have differing perspectives or like different ideals. This could be with siblings or with neighbors within your local community. This can be about miscommunication or ideology clashes that can arise that are requiring you to have a more open-minded approach. This Mars-Pluto, so now we have your chart ruler, being at 29 degrees. Mars is in your fourth house of your home, your family, your foundation, your roots. The fourth house is your living situation. Pluto, being at its nth degree, is in your career, your job, your responsibilities, how people see you. This is a clash between your career aspirations and your domestic life, where you are at home. This is bringing this tension between manifesting as this power struggle with the need to reassess your work-life balance. Unresolved family issues could now surface, demanding your attention. Reevaluate your communication style and the ways that you convey ideas, how you take in information, how you transmute it to others. This is really going to be a good time for you to engage in higher learning, take up new studies, broaden your perspective, your thoughts, your ideas, because Mars is going to be moving into your fifth house. Your fifth house is your creative pursuits. It's your hobbies. It's going to give you the outlet that's going to be used for for stress. Consider activities that allow you to express your individuality or your who you are. This could be with children. Remember that the fifth house brings up love affairs, children, investments, art, music, all creative pursuits. And so all of these playful endeavors can help give you an avenue or an outlet of where do I push this energy forward? How do I transmute it? How do I transform it? Because on November 3rd, these days that are going to lead up to it and then it'll wane afterwards, this is a day of reckoning and transformation about the old and the new. These planetary alignments, they're encouraging you to take a step back to assess your actions and your current paths. Venus opposite of Jupiter is demanding a balance between your ideas and your reality. Mars opposite of Pluto is pushing for deep, necessary change between home and career. The entrance of Mars moving into your fifth house of children or creativity is signaling a shift towards creative expression offering you this way forward amidst all of this intensity. Use this time for self-reflection, releasing what no longer serves you, and setting the stage for this meaningful growth as the year progresses. So Aries, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe. So for Taurus, Sun, and Rising, this transit is important because Venus is your chart ruler. And Venus is now going to be in your 8th house, which represents the house of transformation. It's the house of birth, death, and rebirth. It's where you are connected with other people. The 8th house brings about all shared resources and deep bonding of where we have intimacy. Now, it is opposing Jupiter both at 20 degrees. Jupiter is in your 2nd house of your money, your cash, your property, your resources. It's things that belong personally to you. So there's going to be this opposition of what is mine, where do I have things invested, or where do I have things that are linked or combined with other people. So the 2nd house is going to be dealing with your personal finances, your possessions, your self-worth, and your material security, while the 8th house opposition is governing the shared resources, your debts, your inheritances, your intimacy, your psychological transformation that comes from this linkage of dealing with these traumas. Now, the focus can be on financial matters. The focus can be about these emotional dynamics that take the center stage with issues that are surrounding your value system or how you manage your resources that are likely come to the forefront, along with these deeper questions of trust, intimacy, shared assets, shared resources. This can be with business partners. This can be with exes like alimony and child support. This can be with your life partner. And these can be with family members if we have shared trauma. Now, the Venus Jupiter, this opposition is going to be highlighting the financial imbalance or the disputes that can be over shared resources, possibly with a partner or with a family member. This can create these tensions that could reveal these underlying issues that are related to your self-worth. Now, we also have Mars at 29 degrees in your 3rd house of communication, technology, short distance travel, neighbors, siblings, cousins. It's email, phone, text. It's anything that you do in connection to others. And it's opposing your Pluto in your 9th house. The 9th house represents cross-cultural experiences, publishing, legal matters, taking a class, taking a workshop. Having all of this at the 29th degree, it's an anaretic degree. It's a final tipping point. This brings about tensions between the way that you communicate and possibly your beliefs and the beliefs of others. It brings clashes over differing ideologies, legal matters, or educational goals. You might feel torn between sticking to familiar ideas or how do you embrace these new philosophies. Take this time to truly restructure your finances, to settle your debts, to reassess your investments, to heal these unresolved emotional issues around security, because it can provide you this pathway of transformation. As Mars is going to finally shift into your 4th house of home and family, home projects, things that you need to build security or stability in your life, this brings about topics of resolving family tensions. How can you channel your energy into these creative pursuits of creating a stable, supportive home environment? Because this can be empowering for you. November 3rd is like, it's the days leading up to it and the days after. It's a day of reckoning, of pushing you for this major transformation. The planetary alignments, they're encouraging you to step back, to assess your past actions about what is yours, what belongs to others, with your current path of where are you moving towards, healing, feeling secure. The Venus opposite of Jupiter, it's demanding a balance between your ideals and what is truly reality, while Mars is opposing Pluto, is pushing for the deep necessary change in communication, in classes, in workshops, in your ideals. It is saying, I have to do this and this will finally end. The entrance of Mars moving into your 5th house, into Leo, later in the same day, is signaling this shift of, I need to move forward to create a stable home life for myself, using creative self-expression, offering a way forward amidst all of this intensity. So use this time for self-reflection, release what no longer serves you, and use this time as an opportunity to set the stage for meaningful growth for you as the year is going to progress. So Taurus, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and don't forget to subscribe. So for Gemini Sun and Rising, this transit's really important because it has to do with you. It's in your 1st house of identity, the house of your appearance, your power. I always say that the 1st house is like your business card, it's your website. It's what you are presenting to the world for everyone to see. And so it has to do with you, your appearance, your physical appearance. We have Jupiter here wanting to expand. Jupiter is stationed retrograde, having you rethink, reevaluate, review. It is opposing Venus in your 7th house of partnership. If the 1st house is about you, the 7th house has to do with you and everybody else. This could be a business partner, a significant other, a client, open enemies, exes. The 7th house represents all one-on-one relationships that you have with other people. And so it's bringing about an opposition of who are you and who are you connected to other people, your connections in these relationships. The period of this energy is bringing about self-awareness and your relationships, like it's a bullseye. And so it's balancing, what are your personal needs, your desires? It's demanding of you looking at it and looking at these close partnerships or these business relationships, that it's crucial, especially as this opposition is highlighting the imbalances of these give and take dynamics that are going on. The Venus opposite of Jupiter, it's creating this tension in your relationships as an offering to say, I need to look at the different perspectives or these expectations that are now going to be brought to the light. Negotiating compromises without losing your sense of self can now become really difficult. Now, we also have Mars in your 2nd house of your money, your cash, your property, your resources. The 2nd house is what is mine? What do I need in order to feel secure? At the 29th degree, this is an anaretic degree, a final degree, and it is opposing Pluto. Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, and transformation in your 8th house of shared resources, of intimacy, of the 8th house brings about private affairs, what is below the surface and what we don't share with other people. And so all of this going on has to do with you and how can I push for a transformation? So you have Venus opposing Jupiter. So who am I? Who are others? What is mine? What is others? And the Mars-Pluto opposition in your 2nd house of your values, your finances, and the 8th house of Pluto of your shared assets, your shared resources, stirring up these power struggles of money and trust and shared responsibilities. And so you might need to assert yourself with your values more clearly or establish better boundaries with others. Reflect on your relationship dynamics that you have with others and adjust where it is needed in order to ensure this mutual support, while Mars is then going to move into your third house of communication. Take advantage of this time that will offer you creative ways to communicate better using your communication skills. This could be, I want to learn a new skill. I need to write about this. I need to journal about this. I need to speak to somebody about this. Maybe teaching, maybe taking a class. This could serve as a new way to direct this powerful energy. On November 3rd, this is a day of reckoning. It's culminating here. It's bringing all this energy in the days that lead up to it, and then it will wane afterwards. This planetary alignment is really encouraging you to take a step back and to assess your past actions and your current paths. Venus opposing Jupiter with who am I, and who am I in partnership and in relationship with business partners, significant other, best friends, clients, open enemies, exes, who I work with. This is demanding a balance, and this is about your ideals and reality. While Mars in your second house of your self-worth is really opposing Pluto, saying, I need to make these necessary changes. The entrance of Mars moving into your third house of communication is offering you a shift towards creative self-expression, offering you this move forward with, I need to move past this intensity, and I need to look at this through the eyes of self-reflection, releasing what no longer serves me, setting the stage for meaningful growth as the year progresses. So Gemini, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and don't forget to subscribe. So for Cancer, Sun, and Rising, this transit's really going to bring up a lot of 12th house topics, some deep healing topics about your dreams, your intuition, your psychic ability. You have Jupiter at 20 degrees here, opposing Venus in your 6th house of how am I of service to others? How do I take care of myself before I meet the needs of others? This push and pull between how do I nurture and take care of myself? How does this even happen? The 12th house is associated with your subconscious. It's spirituality. It is about endings. It's about hidden issues. And the 6th house with Venus here governs your health, your day-to-day work or service to others, your daily routines, seeking out a mentor, seeking out a guide. And how do I balance these two areas of my life? Because now they are strictly opposing each other. This period is really going to encourage you to confront your hidden fears of self-sabotaging behavior, issues that are related to your health, mental health, physical health, spiritual health, emotional. Do you have a healthy work-life balance? Can also now arise and surface, demanding that there's a more structured approach in your day-to-day habits for your spiritual well-being. Now, we also have this opposition saying it might disrupt your work-life balance, potentially creating these conflicts around your daily routines or around health-related matters of am I overextending myself at work? Because this can lead to burnout. This could lead to where I'm no longer of service to others, but now I feel like I'm indebted or it's a form of slavery to others. Now, you also have this Mars-Pluto. This is important because this is all about you. This is in your first house of your identity. The first house is your personality. It's who you present to the world, you being seen, your defense mechanism. I always say that the first house represents your business card, your website. It is opposing how you are seen with others. Pluto is in your 7th house. If the first house is you, the opposing house is you with others. Business partners, significant others, clients, open enemies, exes. It's about love. It's about how do you handle conflict and legal matters. Mars it struggles in the sign of Cancer. It's in a water sign. It wants to protect. And Mars being at the 29th degree and Pluto being at 29th degree, this is an anaretic degree of pushing between who am I and who am I in relationships. And it's probably going to bring up a power struggle of unresolved issues within partnerships, leading to these confrontations that force a resolution. As this is going to be a hard one because Mars wants to protect. This is going to be a time for Mars offering deep healing of a letting go of baggage, of things that are holding you back, and addressing these hidden emotional wounds that are right below the surface. As Mars then later on in the day moves into your 2nd house, the focus is going to turn to your financial goals or projects that enhance your self-esteem. The 2nd house is what do I need in order to feel secure? So there's going to be these opportunities for practical efforts to improve your mental security or your personal health that can bring about these significant opportunities for transformations for yourself. The days that lead up to and on November 3rd, this day of reckoning is going to offer you this huge opportunity for transformation. These planetary alignments are encouraging you to take a moment to step back and reflect and assess on your past actions and your current paths. Venus opposing Jupiter is your intuition, your fears, that broken record, demanding a balance between your ideals and what is really reality. While Mars in your 1st house opposing Pluto is pushing for you to make these necessary needs, these necessary changes that need to happen between you and others. Remember, the 1st house is about you, and the 7th house is how you interact with others. The entrance of Mars then moving into your 2nd house, it's going to shift into a form of creative expression of how you can do this. This is offering you a way forward amidst all this intensity. So use this time for self-reflection, releasing what no longer serves you, and setting the stage for an opportunity of meaningful growth as the year progresses. So Cancer, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe. So for Leo, Sun and Rising, this transit is going to bring up topics about you personally and then you mixed with others. I want to start with Jupiter. Jupiter is in your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, your connections with others. Who do you align yourself with? The 11th house brings up topics of shared creativity, your social circles, your networking, and it's opposing Venus in your 5th house of, this is the house of children, the house of love, of connection with love affairs, where you invest your time. The 5th house brings up topics of recreation, joy, pleasure, art, music. And so you're going to have this opposition between these two areas of your life that rule your friendships and your social networks and these groups and these long-term aspirations, while opposing creativity, romance, children, your recreational activities. all of this is bringing about the struggle between you pursuing these personal creative projects and meeting these social obligations or these expectations that come from people that you are networking with. This could either be for pleasure or through work social circles or work networks. There can be this conflict between your internal or individual desires and these group goals that can now arise, challenging you that you need to find a balance. The Venus-Jupiter opposition, it can really bring about tension within your social circles, or it can highlight these creative blocks. Friends might not fully support you on your aspirations or question you, or these group dynamics can now take on a shift or a change, which is going to require you to reassess your role within the community of these groups or networks. These can be online or these can be like in person. So like Facebook groups, Instagram groups, or like a reading group or like a bowling league, or your it's about your social circle, or it can be humanitarian efforts, how you support the collective, your social groups and networks for work. And so all of this is bringing about this shift of where am I in the grand scheme of all of this. What's also happening on the same day is you have Mars at the 29th degree in your 12th house. The 12th house is your personal unconscious. It's the hidden house. It's hidden enemies. It's fears. It's bringing to the surface your intuition, your connection to divine. It's bringing in your fears and your intuition and a connection of rest and needing rest and recovery. And it's opposing Pluto. Pluto is in your 6th house of your day-to-day habits. They're both at 29 degrees, a degree that will not happen again. It's pushing for this major transformation of a birth, a death, and a transformation of topics that have to do with your daily routine. Are you finding a balance between your work and your home? The 6th house brings about topics of diet and illness and nutrition. And am I taking care of myself? All of these topics with Mars and Pluto, this opposition is my subconscious and my day-to-day living, my day-to-day work could expose this underlying stress or this underlying health issues or work-related tensions that now are going to be brought to the surface and need to be addressed. It'll put a spotlight on it. It'll be like an aha moment of I get it. Use this time to look out for a counselor, a mentor, a guide. Seek out a nutritionist or seek out a chiropractor, someone that can support you. Use this time to evaluate and look at valuing your social involvements and letting go of what no longer serves your growth for your best and highest good. As Mars then moves into your 1st house of your identity, it's really important for you to focus on you. You have to do this for your best and highest good for you. Mars is moving into your 1st house of you being seen, your business card, your website, your image. And so it's bringing out topics of you taking charge of these personal projects, of expressing your individuality with confidence. Now is going to be the time for you to push forward with these creative pursuits and things that bring you joy. On November 3rd, it's the days that lead up to it and culminating on November 3rd and then waning afterwards. This is a day of reckoning. It's a day of forced transformation that you have to flow with it. The planetary alignments, they're encouraging you to step back, to assess your past actions of where you are moving on your current path. Venus opposing Jupiter is demanding a balance between your ideals and your reality of your goals and what is expected from others from you. while Mars opposing Pluto is pushing for deep, necessary change of releasing and letting go of your fears. The entrance of Mars moving into Leo on that same day is going to shift the focus into more of creative self-expression, offering you this way forward amidst the intensity. So use this time for self-reflection. Release what no longer serves you. Set the stage for this meaningful growth as you move forward as the year progresses. So Leo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe. So for Virgo, Sun and Rising, this is all about your career, your job, your reputation, you being seen. You have Jupiter at the top of your chart. This represents your responsibilities. It's your ambitions. It's your reputation. It is opposing Venus in your fourth house of home. Venus here represents your living situation, your family. It's what you build your foundation upon. And so there's this opposition going on between your career and your home. The 10th house represents your public life. It represents you being out there and other people seeing you and what is expected of you. Well, the 4th house rules over home, family, emotional foundations, and your private life. And now there's going to be this battle of wills going on between who am I out there and what do I need for security at home. So there can be this work-life balance that can be this central theme with these career aspirations that might conflict with your family responsibilities or your personal needs or desires. And how do you navigate these demands is going to require a clear understanding of what are your priorities. This opposition is going to totally bring it to the light of what needs to be addressed in order to have a healthy balance. This Venus-Jupiter opposition is going to bring about these professional opportunities or also these challenging demands of what's expected, and the attention could disrupt your family life of what you are building. Remember, the 4th house is your ancestors, your real estate, your property, what you build your life upon in order to feel secure. The 4th house is traditions. It represents all topics about people who are family, like your extended. And so you might feel torn because your career is demanding your attention and your family life is being brought to the surface. And so you might feel torn between advancing your career and addressing these issues that are at home. This Mars-Pluto, both at 29 degrees. So remember, that's an anaretic degree. Mars is in your 11th house. The 11th house brings up your dreams, your goals, your hopes, your wishes. It's you and who do you align with? Who do you connect with in order to achieve these things? Pluto in your 5th house is the house of creativity. It's going to bring up topics of children and lovers and what you want to do for recreation and joy and fun and art and music. And so the 29th degree is this will be a major ending and a push to move on to something new. You have this feeling of being torn between how do I advance my career, these responsibilities, they're being pushed upon me, and the Mars and Pluto opposition between my friends, my goals, me wanting to be creative, creating these frustrations or social conflicts, requiring a reevaluation of what are your long-term goals and objectives. Use this period to establish these healthy boundaries between work and your personal life. Focus on restructuring your career plans. Look to make these necessary changes in your life and at home that can support your professional growth. As Mars then shifts into your 12th house, it will be an opportunity for you to engage in introspective activities, to work on releasing old habits or subconscious fears that just no longer serve you, because your 12th house is the house of the hidden. It's not being seen. The 12th house brings up your intuition, your connection to the spiritual realm. It's rest, retreats. It's you connecting to other dimensions, and it's also solitude. And so this is the perfect opportunity to reflect. So on November 3rd and the days that are leading up to it, because it'll become exact then, this is a day of reckoning, a force of transformation. These planetary alignments are encouraging you to step back and to assess your past actions and your current paths. Venus at home, opposing Jupiter with your career, is demanding a balance between what are your ideals and what can be a reality for you. Mars in your house of goals is pushing for this deep, necessary changes with Pluto in your 5th house that has to deal with children in your house of creativity. And the entrance of Mars then moving into your 12th house is saying, I need to move forward with my creative expression. I need to have a way to move forward with all this intensity, and I need to stop and pause. I need to reflect. I need to tune in to myself, my guides, my higher power, my whatever you call it. I need to connect with my ancestors, my divine. I need time to sit and meditate and look at releasing what no longer serves me and setting the stage for this meaningful growth for as the year progresses. So Virgo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe. So for Libra, Sun, and Rising, this transit's really important because this has to do with your chart ruler. You have Venus in your 3rd house of communication. This is with neighbors and siblings and cousins. It's how you communicate and who you communicate with on a daily basis. It is opposing Jupiter. Both of these are at 20 degrees, and Jupiter is in your 9th house of your beliefs, travel, cross-cultural experiences. The 9th house for you brings up topics of your dreams, of like these prophetic dreams, and it is law, legal matters, publishing. And so there's this opposition where things are opposing each other. The 9th house being associated with philosophy, beliefs, higher education, travel, and the 3rd house pertaining to the way that you communicate and local travel, your siblings, your daily mental activities. This period can challenge you with your existing belief system and how you communicate them to others, how you take in information, disseminate it, and share it with others. There can be this need to reconcile the way that you have these differing worldviews, or to expand your understanding through education or travel. The Venus Jupiter opposition, it could spark these ideology conflicts or highlight legal issues for you that can create stress around differing viewpoints. There can be misunderstandings with siblings or in your local community that can arise from this. There's also a Mars. Now, this is important because Mars is at the top of your chart. It's your career, your job, your responsibility. It's how people are seeing you. It's your responsibilities. Mars in Cancer here is at 29 degrees. It's an anaretic degree. It's a push for a final ending. Pluto is in your home sector. It is pushing for a birth, death, rebirth, transformation. Having this Mars-Pluto opposition, it's really saying that there's a conflict between my career and my home that can bring about work-life conflicts or power struggles involving authority figures. I encourage you to channel your energy into these intellectual pursuits or travel, learning a new skill, engaging in discussions or debates that can be fruitful as long as you remain open-minded about them. When Mars then moves into your 11th house, remember the 11th house is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, and who do you network or align yourself with. So this is going to give you this opportunity to get involved with new groups, new social activities, pursuing these social causes that resonate with these possible new belief systems that you can open your mind to. The days leading up to and November 3rd, being this day of reckoning and transformation, is the final push because Mars will no longer ever oppose Pluto at 29 degrees in Cancer and Capricorn again in your lifetime. This planetary alignment is really encouraging you to take a step back, assess your past actions in order to react on your current path. Where are you wanting to move forward? This Venus opposing Jupiter is demanding a balance between the way that you communicate your ideals, the way that you understand your reality, and having this open mind. Mars opposing Pluto is pushing for this deep, necessary change between who you are in the outside world, your job, your career, your responsibilities, and how it has changed who you are at home, the way that you are building your foundation, your living situation. The entrance of Mars moving into your 11th house of Leo is signaling this movement towards creative expression, offering this forward momentum amidst all this intensity. It's a time of self-reflection, releasing what no longer serves you, and setting the stage for meaningful growth as the year progresses with new goals and new networks. So Libra, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe. So for Scorpio sun and rising, Mars is your chart ruler. So wherever Mars goes and Pluto goes, you know that you are going to release and there's going to be a form of transformation. You have grown up with this your whole life. And so this is going to be a major opportunity for you, for a connection to releasing, letting go of all topics that have to do with your finances, because you have Jupiter here and you have Venus in your second house of your cash, your property, your self-worth. Jupiter being in your 8th house, the 8th house is the house of transformation. It's the house of birth and death and rebirth. It's the house of intimacy. It's the house of joint finances. Venus being in your second house of what do you need in order to feel secure. This opposition is governing all topics of life and death, release, let go, my personal possessions, my personal finances, my values, my all topics that have how do I have this deep emotional financial transformation, and it's taking center stage in your life. There's going to be a need for you to reassess your shared resources, to look at your debts, how you approach intimacy and move forward. There's also this opposition that can bring up issues surrounding your shared financial obligations and conflicts that could be over inheritance or debts or taxes or wills or alimony or child support. There can be trust issues that can now surface in all of your close personal relationships. The 8th house has to do with you with a business partner, a significant other, and it can do with exes, like with alimony and child support, or family members with like shared trauma. There can be trust issues that surface in your close relationships. And then you also have Mars and Pluto, your chart rulers, both at 29 degrees, the anaretic degree of I am going to make this final push and I'm ready to release, let go, and transform. This is one of those let go, let flow moments. The Mars-Pluto opposition, Pluto being your third house of communication, neighbors, siblings. This is like a final let go. And Mars being in your ninth house of cross-cultural experience, legal matters, publishing, you connected with other people, foreign people, places, and things. The ninth house also represents your belief system. And so it's pushing you to look at these ideological clashes or legal disputes, pushing you to expand your understanding and transform like your worldview on some things. I'm encouraging you to focus on releasing any outdated financial practices that you have and to heal these emotional wounds that are related to past relationships with others. As Mars then looks to move, like later in the day, it'll move into your 10th house. The 10th house is your career, your job, your responsibility, you being seen, authority figures. It is offering you this newfound energy to advance in these career ambitions or to take on these leadership roles that involve transformation and change. All of this is setting you up for you to become a better healed version of yourself. As a Scorpio, you are always going to be the one that learns your lessons through your experiences, through others, and your relationship through what they do, and trust and intimacy. So this will be one of those lessons of, and now I need to release and let go of this. The days leading up to November 3rd and on November 3rd being this day of reckoning and this day of transformation will be a time period that you're going to look back on and say, these planetary alignments gave me the opportunity to step back and assess my past actions in order to move forward with my career path, my current healing. Who do I want to move into it with? How do I want to be known for responsibilities? Because Mars is going to move into your 10th house. Pluto is going to push you to make these deep, necessary changes for your family, for your foundation. The entrance of Mars in Leo is going to signal this shift with, I can do this with creative self-expression, whether it's for children or for you that I need more fun and joy and play in my day-to-day life, setting the stage for more meaningful growth as your year progresses. So Scorpio, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe. So for Sagittarius, Sun and Rising, this is all about you, and this is all about partnership. This is about your need for security and your connection with other people. You have Venus in your first house, your identity, your business card, your website, your personality, you being seen, your self-expression. Venus here governs all of your habits, your desires, your interests, while Jupiter, your chart ruler, has to do with, it's in your 7th house of you with others. So this could involve your partner. This could involve you in partnership with others. The 7th house brings about topics of love, contractual agreements, negotiations, all your best friends, your significant others, your clients, open enemies, exes. The 7th house relating to partnership and marriage and all of these one-on-one relationships. And the 1st house representing yourself, your identity, your appearance, and your personal initiatives. There are going to be these dynamics with close relationships that are now going to have this spotlight on them. There's going to be this need to balance your needs with the needs of others. The challenge between this is the Venus opposing Jupiter partnership, you with others, that can lead to these misunderstandings or imbalances in these relationships that have these differing expectations that can now be brought to the light. We also have Mars in your 8th house of your shared resources. You connected with other people through, this could be with alimony, with child support and debt, with an ex. This could be with a business partner. This could be with a significant other. This could be with a family member that there's shared trauma. And so you also have in an opposition with Pluto in your 2nd house of your cash, your property, your self-worth, your need for security. So this is all about you connecting with others. The 2nd house is the house of your personal assets and resources conflicting with where they are tied up or connected with others. And so we have this Mars-Pluto opposition with your shared resources and these financial tensions or power struggles that can involve shared resources, shared assets, intimacy, partnership. You might need to assess how you approach both your emotional and your financial partnerships. You can use this as an opportunity to reflect on your relationships, to assess your own needs, while also considering those of your partner, business partner, significant other, friendship. When Mars then moves into your 9th house, the 9th house represents topics of travel, of publishing, of legal matters, cross-cultural experiences. When Mars moves into your 9th house, it's about pursuing educational opportunities or travel or spiritual growth that can help you to navigate this transformative time period for you. That'll be the blessing that comes from this. On the days that lead up to November 3rd, and November 3rd being the actual day of reckoning, of the day of this is the push for the transformation, this planetary alignment of these planets encouraging you to take a step back, assess your past actions, your current paths. Venus in your 1st house of identity, opposing Jupiter with your partnership, is saying, I need to have a balance between what are my ideals and what are the realities of things that can happen. And Mars in your shared resources and Pluto in your personal of need for security is pushing for this deep necessary change. The entrance of Mars then moving into your house of travel, the house of connection to others and legal matters and taking classes and workshops and broadening your mind. This is offering you this a way forward amidst the intensity. So use this time for reflection, releasing what no longer serves you, and setting the stage for meaningful growth as the year progresses. So Sagittarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live every other Tuesday where I offer full moon and new moon astrology forecasts. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe. So for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, this is all about you, your identity. It's going to be Pluto is almost done with your 1st house. So we have Pluto and Mars both at 29 degrees, the aneretic degree, bringing about topics of who you are and partnership. And we have Venus at 20 degrees in your 12th house of self-sabotage, hidden enemies, and it's with Jupiter in your 6th house of your day-to-day living. So let's break it down. I want to start with your sixth house. We have Jupiter here. Jupiter in your sixth house brings about topics of your day-to-day living. It has to do with your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. It's about topics of finding a mentor, finding a guide, a chiropractor, people who support you in your nutrition, your diet, illness, disease. It's the house of self-care. It's your daily routines, your work, where we want to support others, but also need to take care of ourselves first. It's how we can also oppose 12th house Venus ruling your subconscious, your spirituality, hidden matters, endings. And so this opposition is highlighting this need for a structured approach to your health, all types of health, mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. It's bringing about topics that revolve around you and what other people do not see. And so this period is going to highlight the need for you to have a structured approach to your health, a work-life balance, spiritual growth. Make a plan, stick with the plan, and make sure that you follow through. Make yourself a priority. Now, the Venus opposing Jupiter can create this stress around your daily tasks, your day-to-day living, these health routines, especially if you've been overburdening yourself. The sixth house revolves around topics of self-care, but it's also where I nurture and care for others. How am I of service to other people? And so there can be these issues that are related to coworkers or work environments. Now, there's also the Mars-Pluto opposition. Mars is in your seventh house of others, and Pluto is in your first house of self. Pluto being here is you, your personality, your outlook, your business card, your website. It's been restructuring you for years. And Mars is in the partnership sector, you and other people, business partner, significant other, clients, one-on-one relationships, open enemies, exes, best friends. And so this Mars opposition in partnerships could bring up this tension in relationships, especially with these underlying issues that have been left unresolved, like needing your attention. This is the last push. It's at 29 degrees. It will never again be here in your lifetime. So focus on practical steps to improve your health, your work habits, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, you making you a priority in order to move forward. Focus on releasing these subconscious patterns that are sabotaging you. The 12th house brings up I call it like the broken record, where it's affliction, it's scandal, it's I'm not worthy, and it's going over and over and over. And it's being alone. It's where we need rest and solitude. It's where we tap in to our divine, tap into spirit, tap into what we need, and release ourselves of karmic debts, and we heal and we renew. And so you releasing these subconscious patterns that possibly have been sabotaging you in order to focus on your well-being, your significant transformation. As Mars then moves forward and moves into your 8th house, it's going to be a beautiful time of deep introspection and doing the psychological work, financial restructuring of where you are connected with other people, or healing emotional wounds. When it moves into your 8th house, this is the house of you connected with others. So working on yourself and knowing where I have to make myself a priority, and where does this connect up, or where does this align with my connection with business partners, significant others, family members, if there's family trauma, or exes, like with alimony and child support. The days leading up to November 3rd and on November 3rd when it climaxes, this is a day of reckoning. This is a day of transformation where things will now come to a head. The planetary alignments are encouraging you to step back to assess your past actions and your current path of where you're moving forward. Are you doing the inner work? Are you making yourself a priority? Venus opposite of Jupiter is I need to rid myself of these fears. I need to put my health to the front burner. What do I want to do? Like making yourself a priority. It's demanding a balance between your ideals and what is the reality. With Mars opposing Pluto with your first house in your partnership sector, this is pushing you to make this necessary deep change. The entrance of Mars moving into Leo later on the same day, this is going to signal this shift in your creative self-expression, offering you this way forward amidst all of this intensity. It'll be this aha moment of, I can move forward with this. This is where I need to heal. This is what needs to happen. This is a time of self-reflection of, I got it. I can release this. This no longer serves me. Once you've learned the lesson, you quit repeating the pattern and the lesson goes to the wayside and you set the stage for meaningful growth as the year progresses. So Capricorn, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations for exclusive content and deeper insights. Check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe. So for Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising, I want to first start with your 5th house. You have Jupiter in your 5th house, which is trining who you are. All of this transformation is meant to happen, and it's going to push you for a lot of inner growth that will be exposed on the outside. So the 5th house for you is children, creativity, things that you want to give birth to, art, music. And the 5th house relates to romance and your hobbies, while it is opposing Venus in Jupiter in your 11th house. The 11th house is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. It's who you network with, who do you align with, your social circle, your work circle. And so this opposition is what you want to do, opposing friendships, social circles, aspirations of like my goals and my community involvement. Looking for you to find this balance between your personal joy and creativity and your social commitments. And this is going to become really essential during this time period. This Venus-Jupiter opposition, it's going to probably highlight these creative blocks or these conflicts that maybe you've had with friends or with a lover or with children or people, places, and things that you have made investments into. You might feel this pull between what you're pursuing in your passions and fulfilling these obligations that of networks, either for a social network or for your career, your job. Now, there's also a Mars opposition to Pluto. Pluto is in its 29th degree with Mars in its 29th degree. It's considered to be an anaretic degree. It's a final ending. It's like lightning striking and saying, and now it's completely done, moving forward, exposing. Pluto has been in your 12th house of fears, your personal unconscious, you doing the shadow work, you going within. The 12th house is the house of self-undoing, you looking within of where you've made self-sacrifice, you tapping into the divine and saying, I have cleared the karmic debts. I am ready to heal and renew. You have been working for years on this. Pluto is now going to leave this house, but it has this last transit with Mars. Mars is in your 6th house of your day-to-day habits. It's the house of health issues, or the 6th house is your daily routine, your service to others. It's diet, illness, nutrition, chiropractors, mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. And so this opposition between this area of your life with your subconscious and your daily work could reveal some underlying health issues or work-related stress issues that need to be addressed or brought to the surface. Take time to focus and reevaluate how you express yourself creatively. Engage in these social activities. And what does this mean to you? Who are you spending the time with? Is it of value to you? As Mars then enters into your 7th house of partnership, it's going to focus on strengthening friendship, partnership, one-on-one relationships, whether it's personal or professional, seeking out these collaborations or support that you need for your creative goals. The days leading up to November 3rd and the culmination on November 3rd is this day of reckoning and a forced transformation. I'm encouraging you to go with the flow, to heal, to let go, let flow, to release. These planetary alignments are encouraging you to step back and to look at your past actions and your current path to move forward. Venus opposing Jupiter is demanding that you find this balance between your ideals and your reality of what you want to create and what others are asking of you. And Mars opposing Pluto is pushing you to release those final transformative energies of self-doubt, of sabotage, of scandal, and just focus in on your connection to spirit, your connection to divine, to make those necessary deep changes. Because the entrance of Mars going into Leo is going to offer you, amongst all this intensity, a time of self-reflection, of releasing what no longer serves you, and setting the stage for this meaningful growth as the year progresses. So Aquarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community page using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. Don't forget to subscribe. So for Pisces Sun and Rising, this is all about your home, your family, your career, your responsibilities. I want to start off with Jupiter, one of your co-rulers. So Jupiter's in your 4th house of your home, your foundation. The 4th house represents your past, your personal life. It brings your living situation, your family relationships, your upbringing. It's literally the foundation of which you build your life upon. It's your personal life. While it is opposing Venus at 20 degrees in your 10th house of your career, your job, your responsibilities, you being seen as an authority figure or authority figures over top of you. The 10th house is your life ambitions. And so there's this conflict, this push and pull, this tug between your career, your public life, your ambitions, your reputations, and home. And how are you finding this balance between your family responsibilities and your career demands is going to be crucial. You're going to face pressures in both of these areas of your life, requiring careful navigation. The Venus opposing Jupiter, this opposition, it can create this tension between your personal life and your professional aspirations, of responsibilities, of how people see you. You might feel like your family life is at odds with your career goals, or there can be these conflicts with authority figures. There's also Mars at the 29th degree opposing Pluto, also at the 29th degree. It's considered an anaretic degree. It's the final. It's the final push. It's explosive. It's energy. We will never see Mars oppose Pluto at 29 degrees in Cancer and Capricorn again in our lifetime. And so for you, Mars is in your 5th house of children, creativity, love and beauty, what you want to do for joy and pleasure. And Pluto is asking for transformation and has been there for a while in your 11th house of what are your goals? What are your hopes? What are your dreams? What are your wishes? And who do you network with? Who do you align with? How are you making this happen? How are you manifesting this? And so this opposition is now at a head. And so there's this opposition between what I find as in a lover or children or creativity to my friends. And it's causing this friction within social groups or creative endeavors. And it's prompting this reassessment of what are your goals? What are your personal goals? Are you in alignment with them, or are you in alignment with others? Take these steps to harmonize your work, your home life by setting these clear boundaries, with Mars then moving into the 6th house of, I need to make this a day-to-day habit. I need to make sure that I'm taking care of my wants, needs, and desires. Whether I seek out a counselor or a mentor or a guide, I need to focus on improving my daily routines of health and productivity. Take these practical steps to enhance your well-being, to help you navigate this challenging yet transformative period for you. The days leading up to November 3rd and then climaxing on November 3rd is a day of reckoning. It's the last of the transformation, with Pluto saying, you've got this. I'm going to manifest this. I'm going to force you to let go and let flow with it. The planetary alignments are encouraging you to take a step back and to assess your past reactions and actions of what you have done with your current path, and are they in alignment? Venus opposite of Jupiter is demanding that you balance between your ideals and your reality of home and career, responsibilities in both of those areas of your life. And then Mars opposite of Pluto is pushing for this deep necessary change of creativity and my alignment with my goals of who do I want to align with, and is this really what I want? The entrance of Mars then moving into your day-to-day habits later on in the day is going to signal this shift towards creative expression of, I need more fun, joy, and pleasure in my day-to-day living. I have to take care of me, and I need to move forward amidst all of this intensity. So use this time for self-expression and looking at self-reflection in how you're going to release what no longer serves you and set the stage for this meaningful growth as the year progresses. So Pisces, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe.